It's quarter-final Friday in Paris, with both the battle for the world number one continuing and the final spot in the race to London to be decided. It was another fascinating day in prospect at the BNP Paribas Masters. Novak Djokovic remained on track to retain his world number one status, but the Serb needed to keep winning to keep Andy Murray at arm's length. Marin Cilic, though, having already secured his place at the World Tour finals, was playing with no fear in set one.
Oh, too good. Thumbs up from Djokovic. That was inch perfect, that lob.
Cilic had taken a set from Djokovic for the first time in 2 years. The top seed went to break up late in set two, only to concede it with two double faults. The tension was rising, and Cilic could smell blood.
Get the sense that Cilic does not want to let this opportunity slip.
In game 12, Djokovic faced 2 match points.
What a way to save it! Where's that tennis been?
14 times they'd played, 14 times Djokovic had won, but in the tiebreak that followed, that record and his hold on the world number one ranking were slipping away.
Marin Cilic scores a first ever win over Novak Djokovic, and in doing so leaves the door open for Andy Murray to take over at the top of the world ranking.
A huge win, obviously, for me. It was, a lot at stake for Novak in this match, in this tournament, and obviously London is coming up for battle for NO1, and maybe that had a little bit of more pressure on him.
So, quarter-final drama at the Accor Hotel Arena. With Djokovic out, Andy Murray knew a run to the final would secure him the world number one ranking. Thomas Berdych, though, needed a win to reach the World Tour finals, so something had to give. The opening set tiebreak was a thriller, Murray recovering from 6-1 down.
Oh, that is outrageous.
An astounding tiebreak backlash from the Scot. 7 set points were saved, and when the second of his own arrived, there was just no stopping him.
Murray wins the most extraordinary tiebreak.
Suddenly the wind was in Murray's sails. Although ahead in set two, Berdych forced the Scot to serve out the match twice. Staring down the barrel, the Czech star wasn't going down quietly.
Oh, that's well played. Very impressive and very cool from Thomas Berdych.
Having come this close to yet another crucial win, though, Murray was not going to let it slip again.
Andy Murray moves within one victory of taking over the world number one ranking.
I felt probably a bit more nervous before I went on the court, but once I got out there, it felt fine. I felt, like I settled into the match quite quickly, and played some good tennis today, and dealt with some difficult situations out there.
2 weeks earlier, John Isner and Jack Sock had won the Shanghai doubles title. In Paris, though, the two Americans would be opponents. An intense opening set would result in a tiebreak, and that's when the fun really started.
Good move forwards.
Isner saw out the opening set and looked home and dry with the early break in set two, only for Sock to come back with a bang.
Oh, that's incredible.
Isner had been distracted by a disputed foot fault call. The American number two took his anger out in the decider.
John Isner's wonderful week in the French capital continues.
One for the French fans to get excited about, with Jo-Wilfried Tsonga taking on Milos Raonic for the 5th time, the Canadian number one in charge in the opening set.
It was a high-quality opener from Milos Raonic.
Tsonga, the last remaining Frenchman in the draw, would mount a comeback in set two, but in a tournament that's been defined by tense tiebreaks, yet another would decide the outcome.
Victory for Raonic, moves into his 3rd Masters 1000 semi-final of the year.
And so to the semi-finals. With Novak Djokovic out, a win for Andy Murray will make him the world number one for the first time in his career.